Good morning. I'm gonna be getting my porch pickup cabinet set up. I just brought in a Walmart order because I have a meals ministry that I have to do today for church. So I have to go feed a family. They just had like a new baby and stuff. But I want to put out my porch pickup first, and then we'll work on that. And then we'll go to Lowe's to pick out paint for Alice's new big girl room. Okay, so I just go by my list and put out as much as I can put out, especially if I'm gonna be away during a certain hour of the day. Okay, so I got my orders in the cabinet. If I have any extras, I usually put them up there, and then people can, like, you know, get them and buy them, you know, whether I have a cash box or I have like my Venmo. I also have my little chalkboard sign. A little bakery sign that I put on the front porch. And then a lot of times I'll do a little bit of samples, so I'm gonna get my little samples ready.
Right. When you get back.
Yeah. Let's see.
Mom, Daddy.
I'll put it in our closet.
I need one.
You need one?
Yeah.
Here, you can have one bite. Okay, because these are for the customers.
I like yellow.
You don't like lemon loaf?
I like yellow.
Okay.
I like yellow.
Yeah, you don't have to have it. These are for the customers.
Right, bye.
You need an
Your
animal.
animals are on the couch.
Daddy.
All right, let me set this out, and then I think I'm all done outside. Okay, do a little bit of samples. I'm gonna see if I have time. I usually print off a little sheet, but I might just do a post-it note today. So this is what it looks like from this side. Normally I do a fake plant and a frame with like what the samples are, with like my logo and stuff, but I'm actually running a little late today. I need to get that pork butt in the slow cooker, and then I'm meeting my friend Allison at Lowe's. Let's turn this on to saute. Nope, I'm just gonna throw this in because I just need to. I didn't know what I was making. I decided this last night, mostly because I actually have the hamburger buns that I made. So I have to feed 3 adults and 2 kids. So I'm gonna make pulled pork barbecue. And I figured it would be just like the easiest because this can go in my Instapot, like slow cooker. Also gonna make mac and cheese with it and a cucumber salad. Because it's 3 adults and 2 kids, so I figured the kids could just eat mac and cheese, I guess, if they don't like anything. I don't know. And then I have some chocolate chip cookies frozen and oatmeal cookies frozen, like not baked yet. So I will probably bake a couple of those as like their dessert. But then also we will be able to eat this tonight. Like I have hamburgers for like our hamburger buns, but I made 8 buns and we only need 3 for us because Alice doesn't really eat a bun. So I'm gonna give the other 5, but then we also have 3 hot dog buns left. So we can always eat pork barbecue in a hot dog bun since we have burgers for the hamburger buns. Hopefully you can hear me, but I turned on like saute on here to kind of get it a little brown. It's gonna be hard because of like how big it is. Like it literally takes up the whole pot. I'm just gonna start throwing in like my spices and stuff. So I'm doing apple cider vinegar. Just a little bit of brown sugar, yellow mustard, some Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. I do also own liquid smoke, so I'm gonna put that in. Garlic powder, some chili powder, and a little bit of thyme, and salt and pepper. Might have to pressure cook it at the end, but for now I'm gonna slow cook it because that just makes it the most tender. So I'm just gonna put a little water. You don't need a ton if you're slow cooking it. but you definitely need some if you're pressure cooking it. And I'm just gonna slow cook this on high until later this afternoon. I'm gonna do 5 hours on high, and then that'll be like 1 o'clock. And then that way I can kind of like gauge from there, because I need to go drop off the food like later this afternoon. They said by 5, but also I need to go to the farm later. So I might have to drop this off just like earlier in the afternoon before I'm like doing the whole farm stand thing. All right, we are at Lowe's. We're gonna go in and look for paint for Alice's room. I'll show you kind of an idea of what we're doing. She had requested that she wants a pink and yellow room because those are her 2 favorite colors. And I really like...
I'll go potty.
Do you have to go potty?
No, thanks.
Okay. I really like the like bright fluorescent vibe, and I think she would too. And so I think we're gonna go with, and it's just gonna be one wall that's like an accent wall, and the rest is just gonna be like white paint. But I think you're gonna see a farm.
A farm right here. I see it, Mommy.
Oh, I see. It's a shed. Yeah, it does look like a barn. You're right.
I almost see.
Yeah, it's just for people to buy, so there's no animals in it right now. But this is what I'm going for, like having this like wave on the accent wall. And my friend Allison, she is an artist. Here's like another like close up, not with the flowers though, just the wave itself.
A barn.
A barn, yeah. But my friend Allison is an artist, and so she will be able to like do that for me. We're gonna have her paint it like over beach time, and like obviously we're gonna like pay her and stuff, but she's gonna help us like pick out the colors and the scheme and stuff today and figure out like what all we need.
Allison.
Yeah, Allison's coming, so we're gonna go in and look at all the colors. This is the first time Alice got to ride in one of these carts, and she just wants to be pushed. She also has her pink, like a pink paint while we wait for Allison to get here. Man, look at all the lights. So pretty. Color on that side. Yeah, do we have that one at home?
Hop like a bunny. If you're ready for the story, hop like a bunny. All day long. Now, what do the fish do? They go swim, swim, swim. The fish in the ocean go swim, swim, swim. And then you've got dark blue,
That is beautiful.
mid blue, light blue. Ooh. And I'm going to come around with some white.
That's so pretty.
If you finish that, then by all means, do the table.
Beautiful.
Okay, here comes some white.
Ooh, I love it. Do you want to put it high up? Do you want mommy to lift you up?
No, that's you.
You got to put it on though, because other people are waiting. So drop it down. Whoa. There it goes. All done. We just got back from the library and story time. We picked up one of the Color Your Worlds. It's the summer reading challenge for my neighbor. My neighbor who has Mateo, he's gonna be 1. And so we got him like the indestructible, the itsy bitsy spider, because these are great. You can like chew on them, tear them, like great for babies. So we got that. Story time was all about the color blue today, and I even wore a blue dress. I was like, wow, look at that. And then I picked up the Rainbow Fish because that's one of the books that we need for Alice's school for this upcoming couple weeks. We're gonna go drop this off at our neighbor's house, and then, yeah, then we'll go inside and get ready for lunch and stuff. I'm gonna put Alice's restaurant bag in the car so that way we always have it. But I wanted to show you guys, I got the triangle crowns so that way they don't ever roll off the tables and stuff. I figured that's probably like just the best for us to do. And then I got just a little tiny notebook from Walmart. also to keep in here because I just feel like this will keep her entertained at times when we need it. And daddy shoes on. To be honest, I actually might keep this in my bag just in case I would ever need like some form of activity for her. So I'll put it in there. That way, you know, if we're like at a doctor's office or something, I could easily get out some crayons in the notebook. Okay, let's go inside. The colors we picked for Alice's room, they're gonna look so incredibly good. I literally cannot wait to see it. And then we have this like white, because the walls kind of need to be painted white because everything's painted like this yellowish. All right, it's like 1:10. Alice is taking a nap and I brought in a lot of our stuff from our like car caddy because it definitely needs a little bit of a refresh, especially since we'll be driving this weekend and it needs to be like organized a little bit. And then I need to work on, maybe I should get my pot of water going to boil noodles for the mac and cheese and stuff. Let me do that. One of my friends and patrons have like kind of self-diagnosed me with ADHD, and it's probably so true because the way that my mind works, it's amazing I accomplish anything. I realized I needed to pull out some of the steak. I got like the boneless steak from Costco, but I wanted to pull some out so that way I have, you know, like lunch or breakfast for Alice because that's really easy. Plus Alvin and I also like eating it for like a breakfast. And then also I had 2 of these this morning and I wanted to kind of dump them in the freezer in here because I was in the deep freezer and I was like, oh yeah, let me get out the ham, let me get out this. I also need to put these in my app to see what my calories are for today. It's been a few days since I've kept track of like all my calories because on days that I'm like baking and stuff, there's just not a lot of time to keep track. So I was able to keep track for today. So I had 2 of those sandwiches like for breakfast time, along with like the half and half of my coffee. That was about 469 calories and only 36 grams of protein with 32 grams of fat, because obviously those are kind of more like a keto-ish thing. I also ate like the rest of Alice's piece of string cheese and like 2 slices of apple. I'm gonna count the string cheese, I'm not gonna count the apple, and I'm gonna drink one of these protein shakes because I know I have probably been low on protein the last few days just because of not like entirely keeping track. Even though I'm not like counting on the days I'm busy, I still try and like focus on like, okay, have I eaten, you know, protein, or like when I'm baking, you know, I might only eat 1 cookie or maybe only like a bite of cookie. That way I'm not like super far getting out of calorie range. But it's also hard to know when you're not keeping track because there's times where you like might think that you're doing really well and then you like go and import it and you're like, oh, that's actually not as much protein as I thought. So I'm gonna drink one of these so that way I can like get these toys organized, and then I'm gonna start working on getting everything ready for dinner because we'll have to drop that off probably a little bit after Alice's nap, and I'll probably have like a little snack of some sort to get some more protein in then. I keep this like caddy in the car. I've had it in there, I mean, it's been years now. Like it comes in handy, but I need to update it because Alice and I, as you can tell, we're in the car so much, and so this gets a lot of use, and it's been a while since I have updated it. So I need to like kind of switch out the books, put in maybe a couple different activities. We have loved these polka dot books in the car. These are great, but I think I'm gonna hand these down to my next door neighbor because her baby's turning 1 this month. And I'm also handing down some of our toys. Like they're just borrowing them and giving them back, but that way they don't have to like purchase stuff. And they specifically kind of needed things to do in the car for him. And so I feel like these are gonna be great for him. And I actually upgraded for Alice. I'll show you what I got. So I think I showed these to you guys like, I don't know, a week ago, a few days ago. These are the polka dots, but they're actual cards and they're like numbers and stuff. So she's kind of upgrading from those smaller books to these. And the books I bought used, and we've gotten tons of use out of them. So we're gonna put these in here. I don't think I'm gonna keep the box. I just feel like that will get like too clunky to fit in the container. So I'm just going to put these in here, I think, like that. For books and such, I had gotten these from the thrift store because, I mean, we read so many books that like, we own a lot of like board books and stuff, but we just read so many that she just goes through them. And I don't want to keep library books in the car because I just don't want to have to worry about losing it if we're like on a trip and say, you know, a lot of times we'll bring maybe like the books from the car caddy in with us because we read books before bed, and then that way we don't have to also bring books before bed. We can just read the car caddy books. So I have this Twinkle Twinkle Little Mermaid that I got from the thrift store. I have I Love My Mommy from the thrift store, a Dino Duckling, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. I had The Five Little Ducks, which is a great book. Opposites, I had the Corduroy's Shapes in here. I had a Valentine's Llama Llama. This shows you how long ago it's been. I have this Baby Loves Summer, another one of the Opposites, and then this is like a Lift a Flap book. A lot of these I've like thrifted. And then this one came from like Chick-fil-A. Is that it? So these I'm gonna put upstairs. I think she's actually getting a new book this weekend. I think Lindsay had gotten her one of the like Monkeys Jumping on the Bed books for her birthday, but it didn't come in time. So I'm pretty sure that she'll get another one, and then that'll go in here. Since it's kind of new, it'll hold her attention a little bit more. That's all the like books and stuff. Now I have this writing tablet because we don't do any screen time at all in the car. I haven't seen a need for it, and we have driven, I think, up to 6 hours, but at her current age, because like when we did like a 6 or 6.5 hour trip, that was last year, right after she turned 1. So obviously they take a little bit more naps back then. With her being this age, the longest trip we have been taking recently is like 4.5 hours. And the upcoming beach trip will actually be more like 5.5. Now we do stop at my sister's house because she lives in like Virginia Beach. So it's like a 3 or 4 hour drive to her house, and then we eat lunch at her house. And it does let Alice get, you know, some energy out, and then she takes a nap like after lunch, obviously. I will say, like, me and Alvin, we grew up without any screen time. I just don't want to rely on it. Like, I mean, other people can do whatever they want, but I know that I am addicted to my phone. And so I just want to wait as long as possible for Alice to be addicted to like a screen. So we just do this like drawing, you know, tablet thingy. She really, really likes this. Then we have had this Water Wow for a really long time. So you saw that I just got the bluey one. This one I think is on its last leg. Like, the pen doesn't stay in anymore. I mean, it has seen its good old days. So I actually think, and like eventually the paper kind of gets like all scratched up and stuff. So I actually think I'm going to throw this one away. I'm gonna get a different one for her to keep in here because it is a really good option. And with like it being, you know, just water and stuff, you don't have to worry about mess. Another thing I've always kept in the car caddy are stickers. Even last year when she was 1, she loved stickers. A lot of times I get these at the dollar store, and so I might have to see if I can find like more stickers at the dollar store because we're getting a little low. Mirabelle and some Trolls ones. So those are our last 2. Now, I actually forgot, I put this in here. This is from 𝑙ovevery, and we actually haven't really used it. We own some paint sticks that are great for inside, but this might actually be a good thing to put in her restaurant bag. I could just put a little bit of paper in here, or I could even probably fit her crayons that I just got in here. So I actually am gonna put this in the restaurant bag, and then that way she has like some paint sticks and crayons, and then that like little notebook, or, you know, even a paper menu or whatever. Ooh, it looks like some of my Old Navy stuff came. So this is actually gonna go in the restaurant bag now. This is something we've had for a while. She has absolutely loved it, but I do think I'm gonna hand it down now to Mateo, who's gonna be the 1-year-old, because she has really, you know, just kind of surpassed just how it is. So, you know, there's like zippers, there's a cow that you can take out. This is from Joy Cat. There's the apples that you can put on the tree. These you know, little tomatoes come off. There's little hay and a cloud, and you can put the hay like in here. There's animals on here and a little pig. I think the only thing that's missing is the other two wheels. We lost them recently, and I don't know, they might have fallen in between like seat cushions, so I'm gonna look before I give this to my friend, but that's gonna go also to Mateo. Something she has loved, I got this at the thrift store, she has absolutely loved this. It's just a little poppet, so it's really easy to just keep in here. We also have this threading apple. I almost feel like this I might get rid of because, I mean, she has like done it before. My mom gave me these lacing cards that have like just a lace, and I honestly feel like she has liked these better. I think they're a little bit easier, not easier to handle. Like I do think it's a little bit more of a challenge because obviously this is thinner than this, but I feel like this is hard to like flip around because it's like wooden. So I might put a couple of these in here and just see if it's helpful over the apple. I think I'm gonna do this little boat and this one maybe. Still keep this and see if it works in toy rotation instead. All right, this is the only thing that we really have that makes sound. Like obviously we have the Tony box and we will bring that on long trips. But this I got at Goodwill for like $1 because she liked it.
Umbrella.
And it's literally just, you know, where you push buttons and it like talks. So we have that now. Right. And then lastly, I have like 2 other type of, you know, busy book things. I actually have been looking at a couple other ones that I think would work a little bit better in the car. This first one is also from Joycat, and we do absolutely love this, but for her age still, like she can do it really well at home because we like put it out on a table. And one thing I really like about it is that all the pieces have like a home on one side, and then you move them, you know, Velcro them and match them up on the other side. The problem is that this is a little hard for her in the car just because she's still little and, you know, doesn't really know exactly how to put this on her lap to be able to like use it. I might bring this to the beach though, because again, this is a really nice thing to be able to like pack and then, you know, have like an activity if you are, you know, on vacation somewhere. A lot of times I actually have it in toy rotation and I'll pull it out as like a toy. But she absolutely loves it because it works on colors and planets and days of the week. And I mean, there's like animals and stuff. So we love this one. If you are growing out of this Joycat soft one, this would be like the next one to get. But again, I don't think it works as well in the car until she would be like a little bit older. But by that time, I think she'll actually be like so advanced for it. Even though it's preschool, she knows a lot of the stuff. My aunt also got her this busy type book, and she does like it, but the problem is that there's nowhere to put the pieces other than actually having them like where they go. And so if you're familiar with like Montessori, like when I put a puzzle out, I put the pieces like on the side, so that way the puzzle isn't just already finished and she doesn't want to complete it. It's so that way, like, okay, the puzzle is there empty, like here's the pieces, you figure it out and put the pieces in. So the problem with this is like all the pieces don't have anywhere to store. You store them like actually on the, you know, the things. And so again, I would prefer to have this as part of my toy rotation because again, Alice does love it. It has like all these buckles. It has this like mermaid puzzle that you can put together. It has all these shapes, but like if I would put it out in my toy rotation, I would pull all the shapes off and have them in a little container. So that way when she's flipping through, she'd be like, oh yeah, let me match these shapes. So again, this is one that I did have in the car, and see there's like the colors, like these come off and you like match them. But I'm actually gonna put this in our toy rotation instead. Like I could probably even bring that one to church and bring the pieces like in a little baggie for her to like do at church, but I don't think they work as well in the car caddy. Okay, and then I also, like she loves her sunglasses, so we keep sunglasses everywhere. She needs like 10 pairs. I have the car caddy, you know, done now, but it definitely needs to have another water wow. I was also kind of looking at the sticker wows. That might be something that I could put in here. I need to do a little bit more research and see if there's anything else. Maybe I'll get one of those other like busy books that I've seen. They actually have like a little doll that you like, you know, brush their teeth, and like it has like a string to it. Well, the one that I saw has like a string to it, and you like brush their teeth and you like move the doll like through the pages. I feel like she would really like that, and so I might get that for the car caddy, just with her getting older. Especially she loves pretend play, so it would be like, okay, you only see that doll like in the car and you can like take care of this like little doll. I probably will order that, and then that way, you know, it'll come in time for when we're like going to the beach and stuff. And then I'll order the water wow, and I'll just take a look and see if there's like any other things that would be good for car and traveling, especially with us like being in the car so often. She also will eat like her snack or lunch. Like I bring the little, you know, stainless steel tin. I tried that like rotating one. It was still too hard for her to push, and I already had the tins of the lunchbox, so it was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna purchase this other thing that doesn't even work for her. When I have something, I just hand it back, and she like puts it like in between her legs, like on the seat. Obviously having like a snack or a lunch is also a good time user upper. I think my water's boiling, so I need to put macaronis in, but I'm gonna work on this the next few days. So I'm probably just gonna keep this inside so that way I can remember. And then I'm gonna put this up. I'm hoping next week I have some time. There's a whole bunch of toys that I want to hand down to our neighbor, and so I wanted to like kind of go through them and show you guys like what we're gonna go hand to, you know, the 1-year-old. And so these I'm gonna put with that stuff. I'm gonna try on my other, well, I don't think it's everything, but I got a couple more Old Navy things. Some of it's like the same, just in a bigger size I wanted to try out, but then I think this dress might be different. So I went up a size in the shorts, and I will say like it is a lot comfier, and that does make me happy. I think I actually saw, yeah, there's a zipper. I thought they didn't have a pocket. They have a small pocket. But because they were like pretty cheap, I was like, okay, I'll just go up a size, because it's gonna be taking me weeks before I would feel comfortable like in the other ones with like losing weight. And so I really like them being a little bit bigger. And I think they were like $6 or whatever. So I did get them, black and the green, because I just couldn't decide which color, and I liked them all. I did try some of the tank tops in a little bit bigger of a size, and I think I like the bigger tank top too. So this is one of the longer ones that I would pair with this, and I think I did navy with this one to kind of go with like, I think the green shorts. I think they were out of black because I was gonna do black with these pink shorts, but I might look again. Maybe they'll have the black like on sale again. But I just feel more comfortable. So this is all extra large. It's weird how like the dress I was just wearing today that I love, that's a large, and it fits perfectly. And I got a bunch of extra large stuff like a couple months ago, and a lot of it, like it was all pretty much too big. I sent it all back. And then this time, some of the large stuff was too small. So anyway, it's weird, but I actually really like this. I'm really looking forward to like going to the gym in a couple new things, so very excited. Let me try on the green pair. Okay, so glad I went up in a size. Like this is so comfortable, and I can like bake in this. Like I only really have those 2 biker shorts and then the 1 pair of like green shorter shorts. So this is gonna be my new comfy outfit. Okay, I also got the cropped ones in a bigger size, and I also like the fit better. I tried to wear the cropped one that's like this color the other day with biker shorts, and especially by the end of the day when you're like really bloated, I just did not like it. But the cropped ones, like this bigger size, it even goes with the shorts. Oh yeah, I like this. So I got a maroon tank top to go with the black shorts. That looks super nice, love it. And I'll be able to bring some of this stuff to the beach for like, you know, just relaxing. Or even these shorts I might put on over some of my swimsuits technically, because like they're super light and like really nice and breathable. All right, and then this is that other color. These shorter ones I like wearing with the biker shorts. Oh, I also got Alice little biker shorts because she needed more. I put these little biker shorts like under her dresses and stuff, so that way you don't see like her underwear. So I got 2 white ones because we actually didn't have any white, and then I got another pair of black because we're always using the black. And so yeah, these go really well with like oversized t-shirts or under her dresses. I feel like I never wear pink, but because I always felt like it would make my skin too pale, but I would love to get my colors done because I always feel like I'm in autumn. But that's like pretty expensive, but I would love to get that done like later on in life. Got the bigger size. Actually, it's, I think the bigger size of this one. I'm gonna try this one on, but I got this and it was like way too small. Actually, you might have not seen it. I forget if I showed you guys, but I got it in the extra large because I wanted to see what it was like, but it still does not fit well. Like, it fit really well up here in the large size, but now it's like way too big. And then I could hardly pull it down over my hips. And so I thought the extra large would be good, but it still is like it just sits really weird. Like, it's too big here, still not really like flattering here, even though I love the print, and like these just could easily fall down. Yeah, this is gonna go back, and I think this is the exact same style. We're gonna try it on, but I guess this style just doesn't work for me. This looks awful. I'm back in the dress that I had on. I actually do have, I think 2 of these coming. They just didn't come yet. But I got the green and I think I got the pink. I forget, but anyway, they have not come yet, but I just love this dress. It is so nice. All right, I'm making the mac and cheese, and I have my cookies that are gonna go in the oven once it's done. So I'm just melting butter, and then I'm gonna add some flour. I just have some spelt flour that I had grinded from before. And then it's gonna be milk, heavy whipping cream, and I need to shred these cheeses. And then I have panko from Cookbook Club, so that worked out really well. And then I'll do the cucumber salad after this. My like roux is, or my like flour and butter. I'm gonna add in my heavy cream. This is my pork. It's literally so tender. I did pressure cook it though, because when I checked it, it wasn't quite tender yet, but oh, it's gonna turn out so good. It turned out super great. I added a little bit of extra juice to keep it like moist. And then I'm giving them a whole bottle of barbecue sauce since it doesn't have any barbecue sauce in it. So I'm giving them oatmeal raisin cookies, 5 of them, 5 of the brown butter chocolate chip cookies I make, 5 hamburger buns, because it's 3 adults and 2 kids, a bottle of barbecue sauce, some cucumber salad, mac and cheese, and then the pork barbecue. Shredded pork, and they'll be able to make pork barbecue. And I'm gonna put it in this like box. I think I had it from Costco, but that way it's like easy to carry. we are gonna head and go drop off that food. It is 4:11. I'm at 5,700 and I think I have to get 9,000 something, so that should be doable, because especially if I'm like walking around and looking at the farm stand later. I'm gonna have this. It's a kombucha that I got at Costco. They're actually really good. It's only 35 calories. I would definitely buy these again. They are so refreshing. I want to take a couple to the beach. Knew that I had to make food for this family at church. Like, I had it on my calendar, but like, gosh, things just sneak up so fast. I feel like this month just flying by. And so literally last night, I had not picked like what I was going to make, and I made those hamburger and hot dog buns yesterday because like I wanted to take pictures for us, and I knew I had hamburgers like in the freezer. I knew I had hot dogs in the fridge, and so I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna make these, take pictures, I can add them to the menu for next week. Then also that would be like 2 meals for us that I don't really have to think about. But then last night I was like, oh no, tomorrow is when I have to like take food to the family. And so it was literally 11 o'clock at night last night. I was in bed, you know, Alvin's sleeping, and I'm like trying to figure out like what I'm gonna put on my Walmart order. And I was like, okay, can I use these buns in a way? And I was like, pork. That would be a really good thing that I can throw in the slow cooker and not really have to like mess with it. And then thankfully I had like extra cookies in the freezer that I hadn't been baked. I feel like sometimes you guys think that like my life is just like so organized and so planned out, and part of it actually really is, but I also do things last minute, or I will, like for cookbook club, I just had no time to think about it until very last minute, and I picked what I was going to make and like literally did my delivery the day of. That's what happens sometimes. We're getting dinner started. Alvin just got home. It's 5 o'clock. I mean, literally, I love the summer because that is the earliest time he ever comes home. Normally, like during the school year and stuff, I mean, he will be coming home at like 7 and 8 o'clock, which is just, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just happy that it's 5 o'clock and Alvin came home. But we're having burgers. I just wanted to share the fact that like these pickles are so good. If you love like fresh, crunchy, crispy dill pickles, you have to get this brand. It's at Walmart. Just potatoes with like the Trader Joe's ranch seasoning that I had in the air fryer. So that way we can, they're kind of like fries. And then we have the buns that I made, some cheese, and then we'll have onion, lettuce, pickles, and you know, our condiments and stuff on it. Still have one more person that needs to pick up their order for today, and then I can like take all my signs down for the Porch Bakery. Alice is playing in the rocks while Daddy makes burgers. Oh, Alice is eating her burger. Is it yummy?
You chew it.
Yeah, make sure you chew. Good chewing.
I'm just right here.
Oh, sit it right here? Okay, you eat your burger. And you got pickle and fries too? Yum, good meal. Okay, I am home now from my whole farm stand adventure, and I am so excited. So there was this vendor at the farmer's market that was new. She sells like wildflowers and stuff, and her daughter asked me if I collab with people because they have a farm stand, and the baker that they had, you know, from last year was moving on because she got so popular from this farm stand that she just couldn't do the farm stand anymore. She's just taking orders all the time. And so they talked to me over, you know, Saturday when I was at the market, and then she wanted to like actually show me around her farm and her house and everything. So we did that tonight, and I'm gonna be starting in July. So like I'm gonna do every single Saturday. It's just a little bit past the farmer's market, so that'll work out really well, like farmer's markets weeks, because I'll just go there, drop off a couple things, go to the farmer's market, and then be there. And then if I have any extras from the farmer's market, I could always go back and like drop off a couple more things if I need to. The shed is actually pretty big. She said I could have like the little corner area with like the lockbox and stuff, but she was like, honestly, if you want to take over other other areas, or like if you want to rearrange some things. She'll have like flowers and produce and eggs and all that kind of stuff, and she'll make it look like really pretty once like we actually open. And so I am so excited because not only did I get that business venture, I got a second one. My midwife is opening a birth center in one of the towns that's like, it's an hour away, but it's one of the bigger towns that Alice and I go to because there's like a children's museum and both of the ones behind a child and stuff. And she wants me to provide baked goods for her birth center. And so I think she wants me to do that on Tuesdays, and then I'll have this on Saturdays. So with my porch pickups now, I need to decide, am I going to do porch pickups on Saturdays or am I going to do them on Tuesdays? Because I really need to consolidate like all of these baking things. And it's nice because porch pickup I am like pretty flexible with, like that is my own thing. The farmer's market and the farm stand are really only the summertime. You know, the farmer's market's from May to October, and then the farm stand is like July to October. They did do one like day of Christmas, so we might do that this year. But that's nice that like those business adventures, I can get my name out more, is actually probably going to be like growing and getting more frequent in the 2026 year. There are just a lot of doors opening involving like my bakery and the business and everything, and so it is so exciting. I saw someone commented it and they were like, I haven't seen you like so as happy as like now with your bakery business. And that's because like, I don't know if you guys know, but my degree is in culinary arts. So I have had my degree in that for many years, but I never really got to do anything with it because I, you know, just worked in like restaurants around here. And then I obviously had Alice and I was a stay-at-home mom, but I have always wanted to own a bakery and a coffee shop. Like that has been my dream since I was like, I don't know, 12. And so it's crazy to think that like I am actually like I own a bakery and it's growing and it's just amazing. I never thought I would be able to do this. I also didn't know that you could have like a home bakery. I don't know if I would ever want like a brick and mortar bakery, maybe like once my kids are grown, because I feel like that would be really hard to do with kids, especially if you want to homeschool. Whereas the home bakery is really nice because I would be able to homeschool in between, you know, and do what I need to do. But it's just crazy to think that like my actual passion that I've been, you know, talking about since I was little, like, yeah, I want to own a bakery, and it's like, I own a bakery and I only started it at the end of January. Like, what is my life right now? I feel like even though everything that happened with like IVF and like my current loss, I feel like right now my life is very full and I'm just like so blessed to be able to like live the life that I'm living right now. I feel like in years prior, like there's always that, like there, you know, Alice was missing, you know, I didn't have kids, I had a job that yes, I enjoyed, but it's not like it was, you know, what my career was going to be. And so I just feel that there are so many places in my life that I'm like super satisfied and blessed right now. And then if the weight loss continues too, it's like getting healthier, having all of this, like it is just, it's a great life. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, obviously what I just went through, there are traumatic things to happen, but I feel like I'm turning lemons into lemonade. Lemon loaf, we'll say that, lemon loaf. Is there an Alice in here? Were you hiding?
Hi, Mama.
Yeah, we were hiding behind the door? That's pretty crazy. I only have 7,800 steps. It's 8:30 and I just took like a rinse off shower. Alvin's taking a rinse off shower. Alice is in bed. But I'm walking around getting my steps in and I'm gonna watch some of Ginny and Georgia. I actually started episode 1 the other day, but I only got to watch like 10 minutes. It was like while I quick ate lunch, because then I had to edit, and I still have not edited yet today. But I can't like sit down and not get my steps and edit. So I'm gonna watch my show, get my steps in, because I have to have like 9,600, and then I'll lay down and edit. And I think Alvin and I have a Gordon Ramsay show because we watched MasterChef last night. And so then tonight we're gonna watch Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service.